we just checked out of Sky Ranch Lodge, had our last evening there last night, and we're on our way right now to Crema in Cottonwood.
Yep.
There were a few stops along the way. We're going to hit up Prescott. We didn't get a chance to go there on Monday. We were in a bit of a rush and a hurry to get into Sedona as we had to make a reservation. A lot of the dining in Sedona, because it closes up at 8, you have to make a reservation, and some of them are weeks in advance. It's really difficult to get with the limited capacity because of the virus right now to get a table. So we didn't want to miss out on going to the Hudson, so we our kayaking ran a little later than we thought, so we didn't end up doing the meadery on Monday. So now we're having our first meal. We're going to Crema and we're gonna have a breakfast. It looks like they have some interesting items there and highly rated, so we'll see. We'll let you know how that is. And we are then going to go to Prescott to hit up Superstition Meadery and take advantage of a Groupon that I got actually for a couple of flights of meat, which we both enjoy. And yeah, it's a little bit rainy today. They said there was going to be snow last night. It was just a little bit, not very much. It's been a little colder the past couple days, but nothing I'm not used to.
Yeah. Then we're going to Scottsdale.
Yeah. We decided to stay in Scottsdale at the Talking Stick Resort. It's also a casino. We like doing a little gambling. So we're going to do that, have dinner there, possibly head into Tempe. We're going to kind of play by ear, see how we feel. Maybe we'll go to Snakes and Lattes again because we really enjoy playing board games. So we might end up there to see what we want to do that evening on our final night in Arizona. And we decided on Scottsdale because it was closer to the airport than trying to get here from Sedona. Yeah, we'll check in. We are leaving Prescott on our way to the Talking Stick Resort in Scottsdale. It'll be about an hour and 15 minutes or so away. It was an hour 37 when we first set out. So first, our review of our food at Crema, one of those two, Craft Kitchen. We had breakfast there. I had my first Monte Cristo sandwich. Nick says it wasn't quite a traditional or old-fashioned type because they put a crispy chicken in it.
Yeah.
But it was super good. I liked it a lot. I guess I'm now more open to try the more traditional Monte Cristos because I was unsure about how a French toast sandwich would be. So I would score my sandwich a 7.9. It was real good. I liked it. If it was a little more crispier on the outside, it would have been a little higher for me. But the flavors were good and it was nice. And I had a creme brulee latte, which was really nice. It was a little sweet though, but still good. And nice latte art on the cup. And the service was great, really quick, not too long of a wait. And I also had the cheesy hash browns, which were good. I like the string style potatoes, so that worked for me. Nick, what did you think of your food?
I ordered the bread pudding French toast. I expected it to be more of a pudding texture on the outside as well as the inside. However, the inside was very crisp, or the outside was very crispy. The inside tastes more like that bread pudding texture. Very good. 8.8 for me. Loved it. I would recommend it.
Yeah.
Getting that. We also had we both had a side of cheesy hash as our side pick, which I thought was pretty good. I'll give that an 8. I was a little worried. It looked a little bland. I was expecting not to like it as much, but it was pretty decent.
Yeah.
I took a cookie to go. I didn't eat that, but I wherever there's a nice homemade chocolate chip cookie, I want it.
He's going for it.
I want to try it. So it was $3. It said big cookie. It was on the menu. I was like, all right, well, I'll get that to go. I'll have that later tonight.
Yeah, and he had the vanilla latte too.
Vanilla latte was fair.
Yeah.
Hers, I think, was a little better. I'm not gonna give it a score. It was a fair latte. Yeah, I would say go with the creme brulee latte if you're gonna pick between the two.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only two we had, so I can't say anything else about coffee in general. I thought you probably can't go wrong.
Yeah, so then we went through Jerome, because the highway to get through from Cottonwood to Prescott takes you right through the town. We were very surprised. It wasn't just like blow by it on an interstate. We actually went through the small streets there. Felt a little claustrophobic at times. Really neat place. We haven't driven through anything like that before. Nope. It's an old mining town. It used to be a ghost town, actually, up until about 30 years ago. It got resettled again, but it was a ghost town at one point, so there's a bit of history there. And they actually, Maynard Keenan?
Yeah, James Maynard Keenan.
James Maynard Keenan from Tool is from there, so he's got his winery there. Lots of other wineries to check out, but we didn't have the time. We were on our way. We were pretty full too from breakfast, so then we headed to Superstition Meadery in Prescott. It took us about an hour 20. Well, maybe less.
Maybe a little less.
Maybe a little less, but there's a lot of winding roads and stuff on the way there. So we got there. We did a quick flight of different different meads, and I did a little extra beyond the flight that I had, because there were just so many to choose. Like, the flights you get are not exhaustive of their whole list of meads. They have so many flavors. It's a whole pretty much menu book of flavors. So I tried a few of them. Some were a miss for us. Some were kind of strange. Some smelled like poo. Don't get the ginger root one. I don't know, unless you... The Jamaican ginger root one was the worst one to us.
Yeah.
But we liked many of them, not all. And I ended up getting the strawberry session one, the strawberry sweetheart one. I got a few cans of that to take home. We're going to probably have some tonight. And what did you think of the meads? Any comments?
What was the one? Bottoms Up was the first one? The Ave, I can't remember.
Oh, the guava. Yeah, the guava was good.
Yeah, that one was real good. There was another one, I think it started with an M. I think it was...
Marion?
Yeah, somebody Marion.
Mm-hmm.
That one was real good. I like that. It kind of reminded me of sangria, though.
Yeah, it had the blackberry and all the different...
Yeah, I think everything was hit or miss. It was weird. It kind of it started out really good. It stayed there, then started dipping, and hit really rock bottom with that Jamaican ginger. Oof. I hated that one. They
Tasted like soap.
They had an IPA milkshake one there that was pretty fair.
Yeah.
Vic liked it a lot.
Yeah, and I don't usually like IPAs.
Yeah, but it has that that lactose milkshake type vibe going. It was good. Sorry, I can tell your hands getting tired. Your arms getting tired.
Gonna work out more.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was fine. Yeah, just run the mill kind of. We have good meaderies near us too, so it's not like it was a once in a lifetime experience. But if you're, and it's a little hard to find. Yet I just happened to see the sign. Obviously, the GPS gave me a certain area. Then I happened to see a sign inside a building where I saw the word Superstition. It's like, okay, and it's downstairs inside a different shop. Yeah,
it's a little deceptive, the outside. But we found it without any trouble. It's right near Whiskey Row in Prescott, which is a historic place there. If we were hungrier, we may have indulged in something to eat there in one of the saloons, but we were stuffed from breakfast, couldn't really. Even the meadery had some interesting looking food too, which people say is pretty good. But we were too full to eat that. So we rolled out and we checked in at a board game shop called Game On, just to see what they had.
Yep, we're a board game channel, so if you're new here, that's the main thing we review typically on this channel. So we had to stop in. Decent selection. The markups weren't that bad. So if you're in the area of Prescott or Prescott Valley, then Game On, look that up and give them a visit. The prices were fair. We do not have any room in our luggage to even consider buying a big game.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't see any real small games. Like, they had all the unlocks. We're so far behind in the unlock series because there's so many we haven't played yet.
That's
but
true.
It had all the big box with 3 of them in it, so I could fit one of the the single boxes, no problem. But those 3 box ones, no. So we did not bite on any purchases at Game On. But stop in if you're in the area.
Yeah. And now we are on our way to the Talking Stick Resort in Scottsdale. So we probably won't make any stops on the way there. We're just trying to get there, check in if we can. Might be a little early, we'll see. And then we're going to try to find out what we want to do with the rest of the night.
We're going to win some money, that's for sure.
Yeah, we're winning money for sure, 100%. We'll check in when we have arrived in Scottsdale. Bye.
See ya. All right, we are in for the night at our hotel at the Talking Stick Resort. We had dinner at Paul Martin American Grill. We've been playing some games here at the casino. We've done blackjack, roulette, video poker, and some slots. So far, I have lost on all those games except for
roulette. So we'll play a little more before we go to the airport tomorrow. So we're not going to go back down tonight. We're in for the night. Vic has won. Vic has won blackjack. She did really well.
Tripled.
She tripled her money in blackjack, which is good. That's she's bought in for 100 and left with a little over 3, I think. So she's winning in blackjack, which is my favorite. So we're gonna hope that there's a table open tomorrow. We haven't had great luck with finding open tables. It's been tough. So we got to play one round, left for dinner, and it hasn't been any open table since.
Busy.
Yeah, so and it's a problem too because they're doing the distancing. There's only 4 people on a table, I think, and we need 2 seats open, so it's not always feasible. So we did Paul Martin's and that place. We both had the filet mignon and both 12 ounce, medium rare, medium for me. We did, what was the sides? I did roasted cauliflower.
Yeah, and I did the mashed potatoes that came with it, and I had to put the macaroni and cheese on the side because I've been craving it.
Yeah, so what are you scoring your filet?
My filet I would give an 8.1. It was tender. It wasn't tough at all. The flavor was nice. It wasn't overly seasoned or too salty. The temperature was good. When I got it, it wasn't like it was a cold steak or anything like that. The char on the outside could have been more because I do like a little bit more of a crust on the steak. But it was good, and I had no complaints about it. What would you give your steak?
I gave it an 8.4. I enjoyed it. It was smooth, tender, and that adds up. Yeah, it could have been a little bit more charred, but no issue. It was still a great steak. I would recommend going there. It's not a it's not pretentious. So you can go in there casually. Like I'm wearing a plaid and some jeans, so no issue at all. And I took off my hat to eat, but generally I probably could have worn.
Other people were wearing hats.
Yeah, you could just wear your hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a recommendation since it wasn't overly expensive. For the 12 ounce, it was $49 for the filet, which is only like $5 more than getting the 8 ounce. So just go with 12. Why not? They're pretty much asking you to.
Yeah, it wasn't too crazy, and the steaks came with sides. So it wasn't like some steakhouses where you have to add the sides. You didn't have to do that. I added the macaroni and cheese, and they were very accommodating as well. They let me put 4 shrimp on my steak without having to buy the $19 appetizer. So they hooked me up there with a few. I don't even know what they charged me for that. I don't even know if that was on the bill or not.
Yeah. They didn't charge for one of your wine.
Yeah, one of my glasses of wine they didn't give me either. So maybe you'll be lucky too.
Oh, and the roasted cauliflower, very good. I like mine a lot. It had a lemon, Parmesan, garlic taste, and it was really good. If you're a fan of cauliflower, then yeah, get that as a side. The mashed potatoes were a little too pureed.
Yeah.
We tend to like maybe some little chunk in there. Yeah, but if it's just puree, it's not as good as we would have hoped. So that was an overall recommendation.
Yeah, and we got in for the night. This hotel is nice. It's not anything too crazy. It's about what a casino room would be like. It's spacious. The bathroom is nice. You got a bathtub and a shower, which is cool. Not much of a view though, but that's okay because they are in the middle of, it looks like the city of Scottsdale. It doesn't really have much of a property. Although on the other side, I think there are 2 golf courses. So if you are a golfer, you can play that. It is a little expensive though. The green fees were like $100 per person, I think, right?
Yeah, you're in Scottsdale, so everything's going to be a little pricey. That's why we're saying we can recommend the steakhouse because it wasn't over the top like Scottsdale should be and usually is.
Yeah, it wasn't too crazy, and it still felt like we got good value. Overall, it's been a fun trip. We like that we decided to go a little closer to the airport for today, ahead of flying out tomorrow and having to drop our rental car off and stuff, and just to avoid the stress of having to go right from Sedona to that facility. And altogether, it's been really great.
Yeah, this might be the last time we do the video, so if you want favorite thing, we might come back to if there's something we feel like recording or talking about at the airport or when we're home. We might not. So let's go ahead. Favorite thing in this trip? You want to do yours?
Okay.
What's your number one?
My number one thing that we did was climbing Cathedral Rock. I thought that was really cool, and it was a big personal achievement for me because I'm not the most fit. I'm not an avid hiker, somebody who always goes outdoors. And to say that, you know, I was able to go up this rock and persevere and overcome a fear of heights, because it was a little bit like intimidating at first. It was a lot of fun. I never did anything like that. What about you?
That's my number two.
Oh.
You can guess what my number one is, I
Kayaking?
think. Kayaking was my
Yeah,
number one.
I was gonna guess that too. I wanted to put that as number one. It was hard to decide. That was fun
Those
too.
are the two things this whole trip that I would firmly recommend. Firmly, no hesitation. The kayaking was $100 for two people. I mean, the value there was incredible because you're getting great views. You're getting let out on your own. Nobody's bothering you. It's so great.
Yeah, you don't have to follow a group along.
I would have paid $300 for that experience. So I loved it. Definitely look at that Lake Saguaro. The kayaking. I think it's called Cliffside Kayaking. Definitely. Highly recommend. You're going to look up other reviews, and they're all going to be positive too. So check that out.
Good people too. Very, very friendly.
And Cathedral Rock, as long as you're feeling good, feeling up to it, go climb that thing. It's awesome.
So that is our Arizona trip. We would love to go back, but there are so many great places to visit, so we don't know if we'll be back immediately. But there were a lot of places that we didn't get a chance to take a look at. We didn't get to go to the botanical garden, really.
Other
the
rocks
zoo,
we want to see.
Other rocks, hiking, different trails. So, I mean, there is a lot left for us to explore.
Yes.
And we recommend this state. Arizona is a fun place.
Yep. Signing out.
Bye.
Bye.